morning. You're welcome to Gospel Fragrances with Danny Thomas. It's a wonderful new week, and today I shall continue my series on the power of self examination, subtitled as Ordering Your Private World. Now, last week I ran it up by talking about the five major areas which we need to get our world examined and ordered according to Gordon McDonald's. These are use of time. First of all, it's motivation, use of time, intellectual, spiritual strength, and rest. Today, I will begin by talking about motivation. Motivation is a very big word, and that has to do with why you do what you do. There is a function behind what you do, why you do what you do. God is very key about motivation. The Bible says in 1 Chronicles 28, verse 9, that the Lord examines and understands our motives. He examines and understands our motives. And in Psalm 94, verse 11, the Bible says that God knows our thoughts. See, I believe one thing, that after our life here on earth is over, when we stand before God, God will judge us not just based on what we did, but the motive behind what we did. Because people are always driven by motive. Everyone has a motive for why they do what they do. From politics to religion, from religion to entertainment, to every area of our lives. Everyone does things with motive. It's very crucial that you understand that your motive needs to be accurately examined if your private world must be in order. You see, your transformation in life will be largely dependent upon your motivation. How well you'll be transformed, how well your impact will be lasting, how well your impact will be lasting and be fruitful depends upon your motive, depends upon your motives. A disorganized world has erroneous motives. People who has wrong motives, their lives are usually not in order. Gordon McDonald has talked about two areas of motives, that is two kinds of people with different motives. It talks about driven people and the called people. Those who are driven are those who are pressed to conform or compete by the winds of time. They are pressed by the winds of time they are just propelled to conform or compete. While those who are called are those who rest upon the gracious beckoning of Christ into becoming what God has called them to be. Those who are driven, one more time I say it, they are those who are propelled or pressed by the winds of time to conform or compete, while those who are called are those who rest upon the grace of Christ to become what God has called them to be. Our lives, some of us are either driven or called. Let me ask you a question this morning. Are you driven or are you called? Are you driven or are you called? Now, driven people are not actually bad, they're not actually bad people, but for most of them, they're actually involved with achievements. They create jobs, they have good prospect, they have a lot of establishment for people, they actually establish big multi-billion dollars organizations. All right, they are achievers, but in the long run, their private world are in total shambles. For some of them, their families are involved with different kind of disorganized life. For some of them, they are not in tune with their families. Some of them, their relationships are hampered. They have what I call relational disasters. That's what rhymes. That's what goes around people who are extremely driven. But for those who are called, their lives are totally different. Over the week and next week, I will talk about symptoms of driven men and in turn explain called men. I want you to take your time and meditate upon this message. Let me just round up by talking about by reading a memo to the disorganized by Gordon McDonald. He said, "If my private world is in order, it will be because I recognize my proneness to operate according to the schemes and patterns not made of God, but fashioned by a disordered past." Says, if my private world is in order, it will be because I recognize my proneness to operate according to the schemes and patterns not made of God, but fashioned by a disordered past. My prayer for you today is that your life will be organized by not being driven, but by being called. I'll see you tomorrow as I talk about the symptoms of driven men. Stay blessed and have a wonderful day.